This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update for Wednesday, January the 29th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good morning. The head of this country's most powerful trade union is condemning some of his colleagues for proposing a 25% cut in the size of the public sector. While Sir Roy Trotman, who is the General Secretary of the Barbados Workers' Union, doesn't name the trade unionists, he warns that such a plan could lead to chaos.
The one thing that we have not put to government, and which we are sorry to hear that some trade unionists have put, and they put out to a paper that went out in the public, to the public recently, is a position where some of them said that they felt, and perhaps feel now, that there should be a layoff in the public service of some 25%. There's a paper around, I guess you guys in the press have it, I don't know, but there's one going around where some of the people who say they want to have discussions now have already said there should be a layoff of 25%. And that causes the BWU some degree of worry because they're representatives of workers who are saying that.
Sir Roy was speaking against the background of proposals submitted by his union as an alternative to government's plan to send home 3,000 workers by the end of March. It's time to remove the stigma associated with technical and vocational training. That's the view of Labour Minister Dr. Esther Bayar-Suku, who is telling the private sector and learning institutions to provide more information on the type of training needed to support the various industries in the country.
If your inclination is to be a carpenter, we want you to develop that, and there should be no stigma attached to that. If your skill is in carpentry, I think I'm doing you a disservice if I want to take you then and send you to law school, because that is not where your heart is. If your thing is carpentry, I should validate you in carpentry, and as a parent, I should proudly say, yes, you go and do it, and give you every opportunity to be the best carpenter you can be.
The minister was speaking on the heels of yesterday's closing ceremony of the two-day Skills for the Future Barbados 2014 conference held at the Hilton Barbados Resort. Our Prime Minister Francis Stewart is among regional heads of governments and states gathered in Cuba for talks on the fight against hunger, poverty, and inequality. The two-day summit of the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States began yesterday and is discussing working documents for final decision by the regional bloc. That meeting was preceded by a meeting of foreign affairs ministers. In sports, the West Indies Cricket Board is not opposing efforts by India, England, and Australia to refashion the governance of the international cricket among member countries. The WICB says it agrees with the revamped proposals after extensive discussions and careful consideration. The board also suggests that the proposals to the International Cricket Council will not have an adverse effect on West Indies cricket and its administration. The draft proposals made by an ICC subcommittee proposes a radical reshaping of the world game and increased power vested in the boards of England, India, and Australia.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
McInerney Quality and Consolidated Finance invite you to trade in your old car for a new one. So, bring your car and come to McInerney Quality in Wildy. That's right, all trade-ins are welcomed. Any make or model we'll trade towards your new car. Plus, you get 2 years free insurance when you purchase a Kia, Mazda or Ford. And with on-the-spot financing by Consolidated Finance, you can drive away with something new. So, bring your car and come to McInerney Quality in Wildy. All trade-ins are welcome.
The Business Minute, every Tuesday and Thursday on this platform. Informative, up to the minute, up-to-date news you can trust every time.
In regional news, the personal email of Antigua and Barbados Finance Minister has been hacked. Messages were being sent out from Harold Lovell's account promoting investment opportunities on the island, but the minister says he has no knowledge of it. An official close to the minister says he was being targeted. Internationally now, the Thai government is vowing to hold parliamentary elections on Sunday despite threats of protests and an opposition boycott. It follows talks between the Prime Minister and election officials seeking to delay the vote. Anti-government activists have been calling for the Prime Minister to resign and political system to be reformed. And that's the 7 a.m. update. Join us again at noon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph saying have a great day.
This news update brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.